You hear that music? You already know it's Boss. And we go talk, man. We'll give you that real deal Holyfield. You hear me? Yeah, man. So once again, welcome to BossCowboySports. And we definitely focused over here. We're trying to win. We sure ain't panicking over game one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say that right now. One of the good things about getting slapped in your mouth early, sometimes a slap will wake you up. I'm not betting on that, but hey, I'm just giving you the measured Koolaid of what a slap can do. You know what I mean? And we got slapped in our mouth. So maybe that woke us up, you know what I mean? For real. And I'm going to talk about all of that, but it's going to be measured, okay? It's going to be real measured. So yeah, we dealing with this post-game recap. Tampa Bay versus Dallas Cowboys. We go open up the phone lines. We go freestyle. We go talk to the people. You hear me? We go talk to them. And we go let the record be known to the jury. Hey, jury, you gotta talk, huh? You gotta talk. We're gonna talk about this, jury. We're gonna make the case. You know what I mean? So, it's gonna come down to a couple of things. First of all, I got a question.
You want answers?
Huh? That's my question.
You want answers?
Yeah. You came to the right place. You came to the right place, man. So we gonna talk about it. We gonna get it all in, man. So y'all just sit back. We go recap this game. We gonna make our voice out. Be right back. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't tripping. Off of 1L. I ain't tripping. You hear me? Let's go. I see y'all coming in the building. What's up, people? What's up, my people? Love y'all. Let's get it. My boy Keystone, man. I missed the homie. We gotta get to work, Key. The people need us. Let's go. All right, yeah. Tyler Smith did hold it down. That was a very, very good surprise. That was a good surprise. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about all of it, man. All right, man. Good to see y'all. Really, for real. Good to see y'all. Come on. All right, so, obviously, you got to be real careful right now. I'm going to be honest with you. You got to be very careful because it's a lot of bad information out in the streets. All right. So we go talk about this, because remember, Bobby Belt said something that was key. All right, let me scoot over real quick. He said something that was key, that is key about this media, okay, and how this media works. He said, if it bleeds, it reads. So in an environment like this, we're bleeding, we're hurting, we're angry. And when we're angry, we pay attention. So all you got to do is go look around, look at all the YouTubers' numbers. All of our numbers are way up because people are bleeding. So in this environment, it's also gonna be a lot of people trying to play on the anger that's in our fan base. because it's a lot of anger right now. We panicking. We're mad. And when we're mad, sometimes we can get talked into stuff that's not the real problem. And we'll start repeating narratives that sound good, but frankly not factual. So what I'm going to do is, a lot of this show is going to be, honestly, I ain't going to say repeat, because I'm not repeating, because I'm going to build on some of the stuff. But I got to talk about the real problem of what happened. Okay. The only good thing about this is I've also already experienced the pain of game one before game one, right? Because I've been researching this very heavily. I already anticipated what was going to happen and what the risk was. So what we go do is we go show the risk. We go show what happened. We go talk about it from a common sense standpoint. But most importantly, we go talk about how to get out of this. It is not over. I want y'all to hear me on that. It is not over. It looks bad, but it's not over. I'm not talking about draft. I'm not talking about next year. If you want to talk about Sean Payton, I'm going to talk. We can talk about that. We go talk about it from a concept. But I'm in trying to win mode. Okay? And so we go talk about that. I want us to get down to solutions and all of our voice matter. But partially, a lot of this I do got to talk about from what we've already talked about, you know, and sometimes you just got to do that. So I'm gonna suggest that we be patient as I go through this first part. I just be patient as I go through this first part. But then after that, I'm gonna get into what's going on and how to get after this. So just pay attention, because a lot of this, not I ain't gonna say a lot, but some of this is gonna be a little bit of repeat, but it's necessary. So you got to stay with this. This, like I said, this is like an attorney. We go fully explain truly. And I'm gonna talk about what most people not talking about. All right. Most people not putting the right emphasis on what's going on. And somebody asked me, any panic in your world? Like, Steve, I'm being all the way honest. No, because I've already, and I'm gonna show you this. I've already experienced the downside of this already. I already went through the motions of it, and I'm gonna show you. So y'all just peep game. Listen to this. This is from August 5th. Listen. Ain't have no ADD. You got to stay with this, because this is about kind of breaking down what's really going on, what the future is likely getting ready to look like. And it's pretty evident what's getting ready to happen. I'm telling y'all the truth, okay? So let me turn this music down a little bit and I'm gonna get ready to it. I just want to make sure I got everything rolling right. Give me a second. So turn the music down. All right. Yeah, and my girl True Vibe say, I heard it in your voice. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed. I'm trying to be cool, but I'm pretty pissed. For those who've been knowing me and knowing that I've been hammering on what I really believe is gonna help us win and get us closer to 6. And this is August 5th. See, on August 5th, I was saying I was pissed because I already started seeing the signs of what was getting ready to happen. And I'm going to just tell you straight up, it happened exactly like I figured it was getting ready to happen too. All right, so y'all listen. That's why I was saying on August 5th, I was already pissed. And this was right after we hit 4,000 subs. It killed my whole vibe. It killed my whole mood. But listen, looking at it's the opposite. So let's start first with this, and then we go to it. Now, first of all, this is brought to you by 105.3 The Fan. Okay? This clip. So y'all check this out. Listen.
He's a viable option because he's always in the right spot. He's doing the right things. The offense doesn't center around anybody. Dak goes to the open guy, and Dalton's open quite a bit. He's a viable option because he's always in the right spot. He's doing the right things. The offense doesn't center around anybody. Dak goes.
Y'all hear that? So, Leon, bro, I don't feel like playing, dog. Nah, I ain't never janky. You understand me? I ain't never janky. What you listening to is somebody who saw this coming and was warning y'all. That ain't janky. That's smart. He telling us straight up that the offense does not center around anybody. So what is that saying? For those who've been staying with this for a while, that matchup stuff, nah, that's just talk. It's just talk. That also is saying that Mike McCarthy don't have the weight, because he's the one that been talking about matchup. But when it's all said and done, when you really listen to what they're saying and you really listen to all the people of power, it's not getting ready to be matchup football, y'all. We getting ready to see that system all over again.
Yoga.
I said on August 5th, we are getting ready to see that system all over again. That's because I was listening to what they were saying. So to go back and what was happening, remember Mike McCarthy was coming out and he was saying that he want to see matchup football. He was letting him know and letting the world know his desire and his vision for the offense. And he was talking about using CD Lamb like Jerry Rice in a West Coast style offense. But then training camp started and they was putting the mics in their faces. So they put it in Will McClay's face. They put the mic in Kellen Moore's face. And I started hearing the system talk. And I started hearing it coming from Stephen Jones, Will McClay, and it was Kellen Moore. And I knew it. I said they finna walk into the system with that same system that failed them the last 8 games. This is the proof. So that's why I asked y'all in the very beginning, if you
want answers,
this the right place. This is the right place. If for everybody that's scratching their head, like what just happened?
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you the truth today. So a lot of people, they go kind of dance around and they go blame Dak. They go blame Kellen Moore, but not for the right reasons. They go blame Mike McCarthy. They go blame Buddha, they go Muhammad, Jesus, they go just everybody in blame mode. But we can't solve problems in blame mode. You gotta specifically point out what it is if you go fix it. Just keeping it real. So here we go.
Fire.
Dead ass serious. Yeah. So it's a lot of people that's not familiar with the system philosophy. Somebody said, my audio low. Let me see if I can crank it up some. Is that better? I cranked it up some. Yeah, it is business as usual. It's business as usual. It is. So let me break this down. So first of all, the whole design of the offense is to take, or is about taking what the defense gives. Okay, this go be a little bit of review. I have to do that. I have to review a little bit, but it's gonna be a lot of new stuff we go talk about. So it's gonna be a mix of old, but it's gonna be also some new revelations built on the old stuff that we already know for people that's been listening for some time. So this is the thing. Yeah, and my coach Mars say with the super chat, Koolaid with no sugar, boss. Yeah, he powerless. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that, coach. But so I also want to explain something that's important to know about our system. So before I do that, let me just first lay the foundation to where it's real obvious. We gonna talk about that. That our system, that it's about taking what the defense gives. All right, so give me 1 second. All right, so just listen real quick. This is real quick, and then we go talk about that it's also about spots and timing, and then we go talk about what's wrong with that. Yep. Okay. So y'all listen to Kelly Moore, and I also have this. This is coming from Dallas Cowboys YouTube, so you know the source. I also have the links of the interviews in the description. I still do. Everybody go get they click. The links in there. But just listen, and I'm gonna catch you up. Listen.
You mentioned how the Chargers were kind of taking away the deep passing game.
Yeah.
What's the balance of, as an offense, you obviously want to take what the defense gives you, but is there some level at the same time you don't want to let the defense dictate where you attack them?
Yeah, aggressively take what they give us, and we're still gonna call shots. We're still gonna call throws that give us opportunities to go.
See, that is the system right there. The system is based on aggressively taking what the defense gives. So it's not about matchups. It's about adapting to the defense. Okay. So I got to get his background because we got a lot of new people. Some of y'all heard this before, but just I'm gonna blow through this and then I'm gonna get to the big points. All right. Because it's some big points, it's some big clues, and it's not good. I'm just being honest. I'm very frustrated. I'm very frustrated. But listen, now remember this was August 5th. So people asking me, "Oh man, boss, you okay?" Listen, I was pissed then. I was pissed on August 5th when they was making it clear that they was getting ready to run that dumb system back. So when it was game day, I was over here like, yeah, I mean, it's happening like I figured it would have happened. A big opponent, and this system fell flat on his face. Listen to Steven so I can explain this concept. Check it out.
Back to the decision ahead on Amari, his usage, not just production, but in terms of how often he was targeted, even when he was on the field, it was down. What do you make of his relative lack of involvement, especially for someone who's got the contract of a #1 wide receiver?
I just think it's an offensive philosophy.
It's a what? Did y'all hear that? Okay, let me make sure.
I just think it's an offensive philosophy.
Oh, okay. It's a what? Let me just one more time.
Of a #1 wide receiver.
I just think it's an offensive philosophy.
So that's what we saw in 2021. That's why you saw Amari not get the targets that a usual #1 would receive. Okay? Because let me pause it. Let me ask y'all a question. Who had more targets last night than Noah Brown or CeeDee Lamb?
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
I just want to ask you a question. I just want so for those who want answers, all right?
You want answers?
Huh?
You can't handle the truth.
See, don't duck your head now, dog. Don't be mad now. See, we should have been mad on August 5th. Like I was mad. We should have been mad then when they was making it obvious that they was getting ready to repeat that same system that phased out Amari Cooper. Now, I just hit 4,000 subs and I was pissed. So I went from being happy to I was mad. And we all should have been mad because they was telling us to our face, we getting ready to run this same system back. They was telling us to our face. And that's what pissed me off when people try to come in and have the nerve to be like, be positive, boss. Big Game James, be positive. Like, how can you actually research this stuff? Listen at them tell you that we getting ready to be stubborn. We're getting ready to ignore the playmaker, Emmitt Smith, Aikman, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Warner. We're getting ready to ignore them. But then I'm supposed to be, hey, boss, I don't like your channel. It's negative. It's negative, boss.
You want answers?
So the saddest part is I'm not even adding anything to what I said on August 5th. I'm just letting it play. This particular system is betting on the brains of Kellen Moore over the athletes that's on the field. Okay, that's what's going on. So when you listen to Will McClay, notice you go hear a lot of him talk about, and the people that make the decisions, they go talk about spots.
You want
timing.
answers?
So just listen.
To the open guy, and Dalton's open quite a bit.
Hold on.
the right spot. He's doing the right things. The offense doesn't.
You see, you heard what he said. He's in the right what?
Because he's always in the right spot.
Hold on real quick. Because see,
Keystone.
this system is based on timing and spots. It's not based on man on man. It's not. Hold on, man. Let me get to the super chat. My boy Keystone with the super chat. He said the defense don't give trick plays on our side of the field, Kellen. Man. Yeah. As we was running the ball very well. Yeah. See, I'm gonna talk about all of that. Trust me. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. We gonna talk. All of us, we gonna talk this out. All right. So let's stay with this real quick. Based on my guy is better than Appreciate that, Keystone. better than you. It's saying this offense is saying that with the appropriate timing of a route mixed with a throw, it's impossible to stop. It's a philosophy that believes that you don't need the best athletes. You just need the best timing. This system has come from New England, and this is a copycat league. That's what's going on. But the problem is you got teams like the Dallas Cowboys that's looking over at New England thinking, oh, that's cool. They don't even pay wide receivers over there. Ooh, that's cool. But see, you can't copy partial of their system. You got to copy their whole system. You can't just say, I'm not going to pay number ones, but then have an average play caller in big games.
Yoga fire.
Yeah. Because then you copying half the system and you go get half the results. But notice you keep hearing spot talk. Listen.
Because he's always in the right spot.
Yeah, always in the right spot. All right, so let's keep going. Listen to Dak, right? Talking about Dennis Houston. All right. He said Cowboys Dak Prescott lights up when talking about wide receiver Dennis Houston the way franchise QB seldom do with undrafted rookies. He's where I expect him to be. So I want to let y'all know Dak is also in on this too. Dak is bought into this system philosophy. That's why when I did my video today, the new lobby is Dak, you need to abandon that system. Yeah. See, because a lot of times you go ride with your guys. You go ride with, he's my coach. I'm going to do it the way that coach wants me to do it because I believe in the vision of what coach is trying to do. See, they did that same thing in 2018. And Dak did the same thing. When they got rid of Dez, they rolled in with a receiver by committee that was hot garbage.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
It was hot garbage. But the whole time it was hot garbage, you know who was co-signing it? Dak. And I do understand you got to show confidence in your guys. You got to show confidence in your guys. But at some point, man, you got to make a public statement about the need of weapons too. On each play and every play.
Yoga fire.
Spot talk. That's system talk. And he's coming back and asking about things, communicating about things. Tough, resilient player. Yeah. What's up, Coach? Yeah. Coach so Marv in
you
the house.
hear
Often when you hear our guys talk about this offense, it's about spots, timing. So even when you try to bring up stars and you start bringing up matchups, it's like a curse word to this system. So now we going into 2022 with this thinking. These are no longer old clips. See, I was showing you some old clips. Now you starting to hear the same things going into a new year. Where my button?
Yoga fire.
Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my sound. See, that's the sad thing. I don't even have to add nothing. Every warning that I was saying is happening. Everything that I was saying. Yo, all right, good. I fixed it. Yeah, so you hearing the same thing. So if you think I'm lying, listen to Kellen Moore right here. Okay, just listen real quick. Check him out. Check out Kellen. And I do got the links in this description for fair use purposes. Listen to this.
Amari talking to us last week expressed some frustration, just wanting to get the ball. Obviously, they all want the ball. Was there a concerted effort on your part to give him more opportunities than in previous games, or that's just the way it went?
I think certainly it's the way it went.
See, a lot of people would have missed that. So he was asked, this was back during the 2021 season about Amari. And this is when Amari raised the concern about getting the right amount of targets. And so he was just asked, you know, was it something that just happened? Hold on, let me play it so I can get it exact. Listen.
Part to give him more opportunities than in previous games, or that's just the way it went?
He asked him, or was it just the way it went? Right? So did you intentionally target him, or did it just so happen to work out that way? The answer is the real deal. Listen.
I think certainly it's the way it went.
Yeah, so what he's saying is I did not intentionally, and our offense did not intentionally target him, even though he went off. This is the worst part about that I didn't bring up. He also not telling the truth. Because this is coming from the Washington Commanders game where Amari went off that game. And they targeted him early. And they targeted him in the first series. So everybody that been keeping up with football should know that there's something called a script, right? So offensive play callers are going to usually come out there with their script. It's how we plan to attack you out the gate. And a lot of times the first 9 plays is already given to the quarterback. He know the whole script. So the fact that they was targeting him early means that they put it in the script, which means you did intentionally target him. But why would you publicly say you didn't? That goes to what the OC said. Likely Kellen Moore is a Trojan horse. He is somebody that can be fully controlled by them Joneses. So if they don't want Amari Cooper, he's going to do the bidding. If they don't want to pay CeeDee Lamb, he's going to do the bidding. If they want to use Zeke's lack of production against him, even when he's averaging 5 yards per carry like he was doing last night, he will go away from Zeke. Because my boss said so. But see, you got to put it all together. Why would you stand up there and say you didn't do what you actually did do? Even though Amari killed that game, we did not intentionally do that. Listen.
Obviously, we love getting the ball to Amari as much as we can. Felt like there were some great opportunities in this particular game. Amari did a great job of, especially early in the game, just being available, being open, doing a great job of getting his depth on particular routes. And
you see, what did I say? See, this offense is about timing, right? It's about timing and spots. It's not about, are you an athlete that's just winning because you're better? So even when Amari was winning because he was better, notice he gave credit to him getting to a spot. He got to the right depth. So it wasn't that he won on a play. It was that he followed my play. Yep. And he did what I wanted him to do. This is a dependence on brains over athletes.
Yeah.
Listen.
Great job of,
Keystone, my boy said Zeke was devalued last night. He sure was. He sure was. Great comment, Keystone. He sure was. Put it like this. We should have used Zeke like Tampa used Fournette. And it was obvious. And Zeke would have had a better game.
Especially early in the game, just being available, being open, doing a great job of getting his depth on particular routes, and so I felt like we did a great job of getting in a rhythm there. And I think he always.
And notice the question was about Amari, and he talking about we did. No, Amari did. This is the problem with this system. It treats your stars like role players.
Have to be careful of trying to narrow the focus for the quarterback into one particular guy. We feel fortunate to have other.
I'm gonna come back to that. All right. So some of y'all I already know, because I've talked about stuff like this enough to know how some of y'all think. Y'all come in here, you front office apologists. Y'all go talk about how, but Kelly Moore, he had the #1 offense, boss. You're just being a Debbie Downer. You boss, you just a garage YouTuber. You just talking. Boss, be grateful. Shut your mouth, boss. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, well, if you don't believe me, let's just listen to the playmaker.
Mike, Troy was talking about your guy beating beating the man on the other side. We're worried too much about scheming guys open. Is it on the receivers? Is it on the coaching to get the receivers the ball?
Now. That's the NFL now, guys. I've been talking about that for a while. When you see it, and that's why as we start rating guys, like we want to rate wide receiver, oh, he's better than him, he's better than him, and we do it on numbers. When it's system beating system now. Stop man beating man. That's why you're going to get these so-called boy geniuses. They try to figure out a way to beat a system, and then I can get less players.
Hold on. I was real life mad. Shoot.
Stop man beating man. That's why you're going to get these so-called boy genius.
Look, I'm mad. That's why they starting to get these so-called boy geniuses.
They try to figure out a way to beat a system, and then I can get less players.
Then I can get less players.
What we doing?
So what have we been hearing in training camp lately? From West Coast, from Law, from Clarence Hill. They've been talking about how it's obviously in the receiver room a downgrade in skill. Yeah. See, this was during training camp. This was August the 5th. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all,
You want answers?
And I'm still not finished. I'm gonna talk about what's going on with CeeDee Lamb, right? That's coming up. But see, this is the foundation. And it's sad that I'm not adding anything to what I said. This is exactly the vision of Stephen Jones. And he keeps pushing it. Yep. He pushing it. He gonna try to do it his way. Yep. But keep listening.
And come back and beat better players because I'm beating a system. The days of man beating man, we'll never have them again. We'll never have those again. And sometimes it takes away from when it's just time to get down and dirty and gritty.
See, that's what the stat nerds miss right there.
Stat nerds.
Let me take my time on this. That's what the stat nerds be missing.
Yep.
All the, but boss, we're #1. Boss, we're #1 in the offense. I don't give a damn about just 12-5 and making the playoffs. How do we get past San Fran? How do we beat Kansas City? How do we win those big games? Well, hold on. Was that a big game yesterday?
Yoga fire.
Stat nerds, I need y'all to report to the office. Come here. Stat nerds.
Bruh.
Stat nerds. I need all front office apologists, all the Kellen Moore apologists. I need y'all to report to the office. I want to know, was that a big game yesterday? And what did that number one offense do? And what did I predict then was going to happen in a big game? Because it's not about, did you run through a toilet tissue ass division? It's more so, are you prepared? And when it get tight, who can you depend on?
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I've always claimed. Troy's right. We're expecting now the coaches to come in and design a way to make a man get open, and then instead of expecting the man to use his talents and gift and get somewhere and get open.
All right. So stat nerds, don't miss that. All the stat nerds, all the boss, stop complaining. See, that's why I don't like to listen to Boss Cowboy Sports. He always getting on Kellen Moore.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
He don't like Kellen Moore. Boy, I was hot. That's called not seeing the forest from the trees, big dog. Big dog. For real. Just keeping it real. And when somebody is exposing it to you with references, with facts, I'm showing you Will McClay talking about people getting to a spot. I'm showing you Dak talking about getting to a spot. I'm showing you Kellen Moore talking about when he got to the right depth. All of this is about timing. And then I show you the playmakers say it's all about timing and trying to get these so-called boy wonders to try to get less players. Oh. And that's exactly what we saw. And so once you think it's gone and you hear all the right clues from Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy was giving us all the right clues, which is also saying Mike McCarthy is being overrode. The vision of what so everybody that have these theories that Jerry and Steven are meddling, you got a lot of proof, dog.
Bruh.
Finish him.
You got a lot of proof. You got a lot of proof. If you've been keeping up, you got a lot of proof because your head coach a lot of times is on the totally opposite side of front office Kellen Moore. That is not by accident. Don't be no fool. Don't be no fool. Now I want everybody, I know y'all want this channel to be positive. I know y'all want us to come together and let's have positive energy. But listen, you can't fix a flat with hope, dog. You got to get out there and you got to pump that car up and you got to get them lug nuts off. That's what you got to do. You got to put in the work to change a flat, homie. You can't hope that flat go change itself. So let's be positive, guys. Boss, don't be negative, guys. You should have been with me on August 5th. You should have been mad with me on August 5th because that's when I was mad. And I didn't even talk about it no more. I don't know if y'all even noticed that. I stopped talking about it. Once I knew that they didn't listen to the playmaker, they didn't listen to Aikman, they didn't listen to Emmett, they didn't listen to Jimmy Johnson, they didn't listen to Kellen Moore. I mean, not Kellen Moore. They didn't listen to Kurt Warner. They didn't listen to Romo. They didn't listen to Dez. Even Dez warned about it. Dez warned about it. This is Dez talking. Dez said, let's be clear. If Dallas wanted Amari Cooper to have an unbelievable year, he could have had it. Too much talent over there to be running a system-based offense. It was warning after warning after warning and after warning after warning from stars. So why the hell would they listen to Boss Cowboy? I stopped talking about it after August 5th. I said they are obviously showing that they are determined to go in there with that stubborn system. And I stopped talking about it. I said I'm going to have to ride with it now. And if it fail, here I come. And y'all already know I'm here.
Fire.
I'm here.
Yoga
I'm
fire.
here.
Yoga flame.
Yeah, I said I'm going to ride with it. I want to be wrong. I want y'all to be right. But it's looking like I was right. The playmaker was right. Aikman was right. Emmett was right. Kurt Warner was right. Romo was right. And Dez was right. And then we can keep adding to the list. We can even add another killer to the list if we want to. Should we add Jay Novacek to this list? Because I talked to him. I just talked to him. I can show where Jay Novacek said the exact same thing. You can even add Isaiah to the list. So you got all these people with all this experience telling y'all, don't go with the system. Attack matchups. Please, Kellen, go with the hot hand. Please, Kellen, go when it's hot. Go with it, Kellen. Please, Kellen. And they did not. So for those who sitting here saying,
You want answers?
you make sure if you want answers,
You can't handle the truth.
you make sure you can handle the truth. You make sure you can handle the truth. So don't come in here with all talking about that. Let's be positive. Let's get our hopes up. We don't need no hopes. We need to tell the truth. Because hopes and feeling good got us slapped in the mouth game 1. All this hope and let's be positive. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no hope and positivity. I'm trying to hear about these boys making a common sense change. Period. And it's a common sense change. This is not a change that's hard. This is a change that's going at your guys who got the freaking talent. It was obvious going into that game. Let me calm down. Because a lot of times when I get too animated, people don't hear me well. So let me calm down. It was obvious who the hot guys were yesterday. Ray Charles could see it. Ray Charles could see that it was Zeke's game. From the first time he touched the rock.
Yoga fire.
Come on, man. Let's put some fire in the chat. Let's put some fire on the chat because we all saw it. We all saw it. So I'm telling y'all, this is a sad thing when I promise you, I have not added one thing to what I said. Everything that I said then on August 5th fully applied yesterday, game 1. Game 1. So for those of you think we playing over here at Boss Cowboy Sports, we are not playing. And I also know I risk my reputation to talk to Isaiah and to talk to Novacek and to talk to people of power on what I know is hurting us. That's called being loyal. When you will risk being ostracized for your team. But this is the right thing to do. How we go watch my team go into a ditch and say nothing? Hey, but we go get to solutions. Trust me, we go get to solutions, but we got to lay the foundation. I'm sorry. I know it's a little bit long, but we got a lot of new people. And as we get new people, some people don't know about this stuff. So I got to catch them up on what the system is, what's going on, what was the risk of this system, and why are we seeing it all over again? Because it's a whole lot of people that was looking at that offense and they was confused. They was like, what is this? What is going on? What is this? And I'm like, I know exactly what's going on. I'm seeing exactly why we failing right now. My boy, Landlord with the super chat. My boy say, Kellen says aggressively. Hold on, let me put your stuff in a bit in here. He said, Kellen says aggressively take what the D gives you. Is HTF. Do you aggressively take a check down? Coaching is vital. Imagine Iverson in this post. Exactly, big dog. Exactly. But let me get back to it, because then we go talk about, because we got to catch it up from then to now. Because if you understand this, now you know how to use your voice. Because what's happening, and I'm being honest with you, the media is finna spin this into all type of stuff. They finna spin this into Pollard versus Zeke, Dak versus Cooper Rush. Is it Kellen Moore? Is it Mike McCarthy? Because they just want to manipulate the eyeballs because of the bleeding Remember I said if it bleeds, it reads. We're angry right now. We're impatient right now. So what's going to happen is they're going to throw out a lot of false solutions. Nobody going to be hardly saying what's really going on. It's just going to be to entertain you while you're watching. Let me give you some stuff, and the more they piss you off, the more you go watch. So that's why I'm saying we got to be very careful of what's being put out there, because it's a lot of lies. Now, who else is out there saying, here's my references? I'm giving you my references. You can go to the links in the description. You can listen to every reference that I have. I'm not hiding anything. I'm putting it all out there for you to research. But here we go. And you hear matchup football, and you hear about using CD Lamb as Jerry Rice. You get your damn hopes up, and you finna fall for it again like Lucy with the football.
Yoga fire.
So let me get out my emotions, because sometimes that affects people's ability to listen, because when you animate it, they think you fussing at them. They don't recognize that it's passion for your team and really believing and researching ways to win. So let me try to be cool as I present this.
What's up, Chris Reed?
This is the key. My dog. What's up, boy? Spots and timing offense kills receiver creativity and make routes predictable. What did we see yesterday? What did we see? Spots and timing offense kills receiver creativity and make routes predictable. So before I get into this next point, shout out to my boy Amp, Renell, and Coach Marv, Keystone, and everybody that helps with the research on this.
That's a fact.
Because some of this stuff that I'm talking about, I got from Coach and Amp.
Facts.
And it's truly a team.
Yep.
When I say Boss Cowboy Sports got to 4,000 because of the team and not because of just Boss Cowboy and the OC, that is a fact.
That is a fact.
This article was sent to me by Coach Marv. Teamwork. Okay. Coach Marv sent me this, so y'all give him credit. First of all, y'all give him credit. Let's clap it up for him. I'm almost finished. Then I'm gonna talk about today. And let's just kind of go through this. And my boy M say appreciate that, man. Absolutely, bro. Well deserved. Because a lot of people don't give people like you credit. Let me just stop and give the homie credit. See, because he also calls me out of love for the Cowboys. That's like true. Amp will call me and Coach Marvel, boss, man, this is an article on what you just talked about, bruh.
Okay, listen, I'm losing patience. So let me say this.
Send it to me.
All right, so let me just catch it up. This what happened in that article, right? In that article that Coach Marv sent me, they was going away from the Jason Garrett philosophy. So just ask your question. Who did Kellen Moore come from? You already know the answer, right? So in that philosophy, the Giants receivers was speaking out after they moved on from Jason Garrett. And they was saying under our new OC, we have more creativity in our routes and we get more separation because we can actually use our skills and our gifts to get open versus a system. So when we was watching, right, and a lot of people see that's why I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Listen.
You want answers?
Do you?
You want answers?
All right. So if you want answers,
you can't handle the truth.
You make sure you can handle the truth, dog. You make sure you can handle the truth. So because it's a lot of people they lined up to just put this on Dak. They standing in the line. They've been waiting a long time. They've been wanting to put something on Dak. But I'm going to tell you something. This system, I wholeheartedly believe this. This system makes it hard on your quarterback after them defenses figure you out. because Romo warned, and my boy Amp sent me the article. He sent me the article. Romo warned about this. He said that system that they running in Dallas is going to work initially. He said, but the problem is once them defenses catch up to you, it gets harder, and you have to go back to depending on your playmakers. Romo even warned about the system. So for those who was wondering on August 5th, like, why was you so bothered, boss? God dog, you just hit 4,000. That was a benchmark for your channel. You hit a big benchmark and you was pissed. Are you ungrateful? Are you just a stubborn son of a bee?
Bruh.
Are you just angry? Do you just have a temper problem? No, it's none of that. I was seeing what was getting ready to happen and what happened with Tampa.
Finish him.
And so I was angry. So yeah, you wasn't gonna give me the smile that day. You wasn't. And we just hit 4,000. And I was very angry because I was seeing what was getting ready to happen because they was being stubborn. They was being stubborn about this system. Let me open up the phone lines. So we got the phone lines open, man. Let's get it. Let's talk. You know how it go. And then I'm gonna talk about, because this got something to do with CeeDee Lamb too. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, and you're not gonna get this in most places, but I'm gonna tell y'all this, keeping it all the way real with you, not giving you no. This is all measured Kool-Aid I'm giving y'all right now. CeeDee Lamb is next, dog. CeeDee Lamb is next. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss, what's going on, man?
What's up, Amp? Let's get it, dog.
Bruh. Remember last night when I said, man, I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked?
Yeah. That's why I started laughing. I was like, you shocked, dog?
Right. This is the classic. What I have witnessed today, I didn't watch the big networks. I haven't read a ton of articles because I didn't want to, because I knew it was going to make me sick in my stomach.
Yeah.
But what we have witnessed today is, you ever been getting ready for a big test? Teacher tell you it's coming up, tells you exactly what's going to be on the test and what to study for. Or better yet, let's go pop quiz, right? But she keep telling you to study. You need to study because you're going to have a pop quiz at some point in time coming up. So guess what? She announces the day of, put your books and stuff away, we getting ready to have a pop quiz. What I am seeing from the Cowboy community is the people like myself and what I call the faithful few, or the disciples of this channel. You look around the room, we cool and calm.
Yeah, we chilling.
Because we have anticipated this.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we didn't expect Dak to go out week one, right?
No.
But the inefficiencies that we saw last night,
expected it.
It hurt seeing it, but we expected it.
Yeah.
But the folks who have been watching these big letter networks and have been watching Skip and Shannon and watching Stephen A. Smith dog us on national TV while Jerry Jones kisses ring, those are the folks who are in shock right now, because all y'all been hearing is optimism all off season.
Yeah.
Folks like us, we were prepared for this. It hurt, but we were still basically bracing for impact. So everything that we've been talking about, bro, every move that we made this off season was put on display for the whole world to see primetime TV last night.
Yeah.
Receiver by committee.
Yeah.
Failed.
System failed. Going away.
System failed.
Going away.
Offensive line failed.
Going away from your hot guy. Zeke was your hot guy, and you went away from
being physical and talking about stopping the run.
Yeah.
Failed.
Yeah, all that physical, all that.
Linebackers.
Yeah.
Linebackers. When you had premium candidates out there that we didn't pick up, failed.
See, what was Jerry saying, bro? To your point.
Julio
Jerry was
Jones
saying.
available.
Yeah, oh,
Failed.
hold on. Let's go back real quick, and then we'll go to Julio. Ooh, you going to?
I could keep going, bro.
I know you can. Let me go back though, real quick. Because the big part that you talked about was the fact that Jerry and Steven and all them kept saying we was gonna be a more physical football team, that we was gonna put this on the back of Zeke. But when it all came down to it, and Zeke was doing his part, right? That offensive line was doing their part. Yep. You did not put it on the back of the guy that you said y'all was gonna put it on while it was working.
Mm-hmm. Bro,
that's typical Kellen Moore. That is typical Kellen Moore, and that's exactly what the playmaker warned about. Let me play this playmaker clip real quick. Hold on, let me see. No, that ain't it. I ain't even got it. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Bro,
I ain't even got it.
So I'm also a basketball fan too, right?
Yeah.
And anybody who remotely follows basketball knows that the days of slow down basketball are kind of rare, where you've got big men who play with their back to the basket and then try and turn around and shoot, right?
Right.
Most of what you see now, the game has changed. Most of what you see is teams like a Golden State. They running, they slashing, they cutting, they always heading towards the basket. Bro, we last night, man, again, it's not a surprise that we didn't score because we had our back more to the end zone than Tampa Bay did. How is that possible?
Right.
We're supposed to be going the opposite direction. In every single kind of route combination we had. And guess what? It's not by accident, because if you paid attention, people like West Coast and Law and Boss Cowboy, who actually did attend training camp, said, man, it's kind of hard to evaluate these receivers because I don't really see anything being thrown downfield. Everything was intermediate to short.
Yeah. And they practice like that.
It's not by chance. Me and my boy T talked about this today. Shout out to him. He said, remember what Amari Cooper said? I said, well, he said a lot, but what's that, bro? He said, guess what? If they don't practice it that week, it ain't happening, bro.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I said, right. I said, so he said, you said you wanted to see Kellen Moore make adjustments, right? But how can you make an adjustment on something you ain't practiced? I said, oh, my God, bro.
Yeah.
You're right. We handcuff ourselves.
Yeah.
If they didn't practice it and run it that week, we ain't doing it.
So check this out.
It don't matter if we getting a stew beat out of us. We won't change because guess what? We ain't practiced it.
So check this out.
What kind of sense does that make?
No, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. So this is the good news about getting slapped in your mouth this early, though. All right. One of the best things about getting slapped in your mouth this early is this makes everybody kind of lock in to the problem. You know what I mean? So Stephen Jones did say,
that I poo-poo stain.
Right. And Stephen Jones did say today that he did notice that we went away of where we was being successful when we was running downhill. So that was a direct shot for the first time at Kellen Moore decision making from Steven. You know what I'm saying?
You remember what I told you last night?
You said a lot.
We've already had a player to be sacrificed. What comes next?
Right. The coaches. Right. So this is what he talking about. So I said a long time ago on this channel, the pattern of the Dallas Cowboys is they first fire the players before they get around to firing the real corporate or villains, and that's the coach. They always first blame players, then they cycle around to the coaches. So they did that with Dez, with Scott Linehan. Remember, before they got rid of Mike Nolan, they got rid of a whole slew of free agents that they brought in. Poe, what was the safety? Clinton Dix. You know, they cleaned house, right? Then they got rid of Mike Nolan. That's their pattern. So they already made the sacrifice of Cooper. That's what Emp is talking about. They already killed him. Now they starting to turn to the coaches. And Steven did say that. That is, to a degree, good news. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. This is not the time to panic. If there's any time you want to get slapped in your mouth, it's early. You don't want to be playing bad football in December. You want to get your lessons taught to you early. For example, 2018, right? We went out there with a bad receiver by committee vision, early, and we got slapped in the mouth.
I know you said I'm gonna use your boys right now.
Yeah.
And this is this shout out to Koolaid too. I know he'll agree with me on this. You in a fight, right? You in a boxing match. You're all exchanging blows. And you take a jab to the mouth. And you have that moment of self-reflection after you taste your own blood. We are tasting what we are experiencing right now is we are tasting our own blood.
That's what's happening. That's why we shouldn't panic right now.
It's a nasty taste.
Yeah.
Because it shows as much as invincible as I thought I might have been prior to this fight.
Right.
I can be hurt.
Yeah. We got hit in the mouth.
I can be damaged. I can be taken down.
Right. Right.
I didn't have my guard up.
Right.
I wasn't on point.
Right.
I need to make some adjustment to the correction.
Right.
This was a open public slap in the face to management, to coaching, to the players. Like, yeah, you might. This is why I ain't gonna lie. I know he gets a lot of flack, and I can't wait till tomorrow night. But Big Game James said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not believing none of it. I don't care what I see. I ain't buying into it because they're going to set you up. And some of us, and I'm speaking to myself too, I started to get that hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Started to get a little bit of hype, because I'm saying, hey, maybe they'll fight through and be and surprise the hell out of us, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I don't have the best expectations, they surprise me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my God, if last night wasn't the complete opposite, I think that's why we all hurt today. People are searching for answers. I'm looking at the numbers of people on the live feeds today when I have jumped on, looking at the videos. People want answers and I talked to my dad right before you went live. And I asked him, we didn't talk last night, and the part that hurts for me is I'm going to be in Dallas this week, y'all. I booked my plane tickets. I'm bringing my dad.
Man, we mess around and beat the brakes off the Bengals.
Huh?
We mess around and beat the brakes off the Bengals just because we got slapped in our mouth and taste our own blood. You know what I mean? Because I love the fact that Steven, for the first time, alluded to the play calling of Kellen Moore. Mm-hmm. He been having his back through all of it, through every Hall of Famer. And this is the thing, Amp. Hold on real quick. This is the thing. Those Hall of Famers called out Kellen Moore by name, and Stephen Jones never said a word in the offseason. Emmett said, I blame Kellen Moore. Irvin said, I blame Kellen Moore. Kurt Warner said that. And Steven never said a word. Now, when you go out there and you get slapped in your mouth, now you say, today. He said today at 11 o'clock at 105.3 The Fan. I should have pulled the clip. But he said today at 105 on 105.3 at 11 o'clock, he said, I was noticing that we went away from us successfully running downhill.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for Steven right now is, and you've said this before, boss, rich people hate a lot of things, but one thing they hate the most is to be wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing right there.
And he is starting to look wrong.
Wrong. True.
You know, he could do all the smoke and mirrors and all these magic tricks. And one of my favorite movies growing up as a child was The Wizard of Oz. And Stephen and Jerry used to love to do, they used to hit me with that line. I wish you had a button for this. Do not, when they finally went to the Wizard of Oz, to the wizard, and they wanted to get all these answers and everything, and the dog Toto pulls back the curtain, and he realized at that point he's exposed. What did he say? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah,
Even
man.
in the midst of being exposed, he still tried to hide the fact that I ain't really who I puffed up and built up myself to be.
Right. Well,
He's always proclaimed himself to be, you know, you always see him, they're great, with making these decisions and doing things for the betterment of the team. And, we've got the wealthiest franchise in the world and all this, that, and the third. And you put that kind of product out,
yeah.
that's front office malpractice, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we gonna watch this play out. We
That's
gonna watch
what
this
you
play
are.
out.
You're a fraud.
Yeah. But hey man, let me take some more calls real quick, bro. I wanna kind of
do the
get this.
doggone thing, man. Cowboys
appreciate you,
Nation,
Al.
Hey, guess what? It may seem a little ugly and rough right now, but like Kendrick Lamar said, we gonna be all right.
Yeah, we gonna be all right.
Y'all stay up.
Yeah. Hey y'all, this is the up and downs of an NFL season. You know what I mean? Just to keep it real, it's gonna be some more wins and losses. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's going on, boss? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? Who is this?
I'm sorry, this is Pastor Q from Alexandria, Virginia, man. My first time calling in.
Okay, Pastor Q. Let me sit up straight, man. When them pastors call in, I gotta get myself
good,
together,
man.
Pastor.
It's
What's
all
up?
good, bro. It's all good, man.
What's
It's
up?
all good, man.
What's up with it? What you got?
Man, I'm looking at our situation, man, and I got to give it to you and Law and OC because, and even Big Game was just hating himself, man. Y'all call this, man.
Yeah.
Y'all call this, man. Y'all called all of this. I've been watching y'all for the past 4 months. But at the same time, man, I do have hope because I'm thinking that we have a chance to at least salvage some of the season.
Right.
And here's why I say that. We need to go to 12 and 13 personnel, man.
Yeah.
Use them tight ends, Ferguson and Schultz. Keep everything simple. Run the ball, work the hashes with the tight ends, keep the chains moving. Every now and then, take a couple of shots, get Turpin in there to try to take the top off, just to keep the defense a little bit on their heels, man. Because I'm looking at what Geno Smith doing with the Seahawks, bro, and I'm like, ain't no way in the world.
Right.
With everything that we had, we could not do something similar, and we gotta pick up the intensity, man. I know we can be physical.
Yeah.
But we weren't punching people in the mouth, and we were punching people in the mouth. We were rolling with Zeke.
Yes.
And Zeke had it going. And although those penalties kind of set us back with the rhythm,
Yeah.
I still think Keller should have kept running the ball, man, and just even run it 3 times.
Right.
And if you got a punt, punt, because your defense was outstanding. Yeah, Fournette had them yards, man, but Tom Brady really only had 12 points because Mike Evans made a great catch.
Right.
And you hold Tom Brady to 19 points, man. You should win the game, bro.
You should win the game.
We should win, bro. So all hope is not lost because even with Cooper Rush, he's not gonna try to do anything spectacular.
Right.
He's gonna keep it simple. So go ahead and simplify the offense. Let's run the ball. I'm sure Cincinnati's front .7 is not as good as Tampa Bay's. We did play a good team yesterday.
Yeah.
So
we did.
We should be able to keep this thing honest, man. But we just got to do it, bro.
Yeah.
We just got to do it, man. That's what it comes down to.
Great call. I appreciate that, Pastor. Do you have anything else? I don't want to rush you.
Yeah, man. No, man. This it's the first game, man. It's one game, and the season is long.
Yeah.
Don't look towards the draft yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got some front office issues.
Yes.
I still think we need a receiver. I mean, I would get on the horn. I would look at Denzel Mims. Although I know the price went up a little bit. At least get you a reputable big body possession receiver because we don't have that, man.
Ooh, hold on.
Just somebody to get you 5-7 yards, man. Cause we got these little scat back, small time slot receivers, man. But CD's body, he may be a number 1, but his body ain't big enough to get off coverage like that, man. You need somebody big. That's why I was so mad at Julio running around and doing all that. Man, Julio, 45 years old, running jet sweeps, bro. You couldn't tell me we couldn't get Julio, man.
Yeah, we could have got it.
We could have had that, man, but it is what it is. But I mean, get some big body possession receivers. Let's want to get 5 to 7 yards a down, and let's methodically move down the field, and let's play defense, man. Because our defense had an off night, and they still held them to 19 yards.
Man,
19 points, my bad. So, yeah, boss, I love what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing, boss, man. Y'all keep doing it good, man. Really love what y'all doing, man, and y'all know y'all football, so y'all just keep it up.
Appreciate it, Pastor Q. All right, that was Pastor Q, man. That was a good call, man. But I tell you, I love Dallas Cowboy fans. We got the smartest fans, hands down. All right, take another call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's up, boss? It's Nick, bro.
What's up, Nick, bro? My bad on not getting back to you, man. I was preparing for a show. So, obviously, I did the show from the house. What's up, man? What's on your mind, big dog?
Man, bro, like, all this stuff you've been saying, bro, we all been saying, man, it's coming to pass, and I hate it, too.
But Nick, remember what I said, though. You know this is true. Sometimes it's good to get hit in your mouth early. You know what I mean?
Hey, turn your mic down for me, because I can't hear what you're saying.
You can't hear me, dog?
It sound crazy. I don't know what it is. I can barely hear what you're saying.
Okay, hold on real quick. All right, let me make an adjustment for you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. So yeah, I was saying, it could be a good thing. You know what I mean? Because this gives us a chance to go back to the basics like the pastor was talking about. The pastor wasn't talking about, Pastor Q wasn't talking about anything hard. Leftwich, when he beat us, Leftwich, I probably butchered his name, but when he beat us with basics. He didn't beat us with exotics. He beat us with running the ball, going outside with his receivers, giving Julio the ball in space and letting them bully boys. It was nothing exotic that he beat us with. It was just fundamental football.
But like, honestly, bro, like, I feel like the whole game, bro, it was just, I'm not one of them guys that just like not gonna blame the players too, but coaches got to put their players in position to win, man. And we got let down in that aspect right there. We did not use what we have to be successful. I see a lot of other teams go through injuries and all this kind of stuff here, receiver issues, whatever. But at the end of the day, the coaches got to put your players that you have in position to be successful. Capitalize on strength, minimize weaknesses.
Right.
And we don't do that at all, period. They talking about we don't have nobody go over the top. We got people to go over the top, but don't use them that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Use them in certain slot positions. Keep the ball underneath. There's no way you can't tell me you can't put Turpin at the slot and let him do something. Get some energy in there. You know what I mean? If one guy energizes the whole team, that's dangerous for the other team because of the fact that energizes everybody. See that if he can do it, I can do it too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we got, like I said, we got receivers that are new. I get it, but at the end of the day, though, you the offensive coordinator. You're supposed to make sure that you know your guys' strengths and their weaknesses. So put them in position to win. There's no reason why CeeDee should be getting double and triple coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you go away from the run game?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Zeke was balling, and then you got Tony Pollard there blocking. He's got manhandled, man.
I know.
I feel like he was in high school. I was like, bro, what are you doing back there?
Oh my.
And then the O-line issues, man. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, yeah, I seen this coming when they got rid of the O-line coach and let him go to Cleveland. I seen this coming.
Right.
I'm like, we had a solid offensive line coach that had this wall that we had for a long time that created the Cowboys' great wall. But at the end of the day, y'all let the coach that put him there, y'all let him go to somewhere else.
Right.
I don't understand, but I don't understand. You let go of pieces that you need because you believe in something else. And this one, I'm not even trying to laugh, but it's funny to me because y'all be supposed to be so smart. You're supposed to be born wonder and all that kind of stuff here, but y'all so dumb at the same time.
Yeah, bro. It's see.
So first of all, I'm just gonna start at the beginning. Forget it. I'm gonna say it.
All
How
right.
you gonna throw somebody offensive coordinator that was backup quarterback on your team? Just saying, man. He shouldn't even win a starting spot, let alone teach somebody else how to win a starting spot. And you got him as an offensive coordinator. I can imagine it's like us playing ball together in school, bro, and you got somebody that's a student. Now you make him a coach to teach the guy that he couldn't beat out of the position.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
And don't
I know them
critique
people looking at him on top of his head like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Right. It's just weird, dog. But it's the Cowboys, man. And see, they want Kellen Moore because they can control Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? That's why they really want Kellen Moore. So when they have this vision of what they want, they basically get to be coaches through Kellen Moore. Yeah.
Bro, they have no progression, bro, at all on offense from last year, bro. Nothing has changed, bro.
No.
Nothing really has changed, bro.
Yeah.
It's bad to
Same
see that
system.
It's really
the
low
same.
key pathetic, but I mean, like you said,
It
we low
is.
key probably will beat the Bengals. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
We low key might beat them.
Slap the mess out the.
Might beat them.
Man, listen, somebody asked how we gonna win without Dak. I do want y'all to remember that Mike McCarthy first year, he won about 6 games without Dak with a defense that wasn't even close to as good.
Right.
So Mike McCarthy can win, y'all. We lost game 1. We basically, in my opinion, need to win a majority of our division games, and we need to win about half of our non-division games, and we can get in them playoffs. Man, I'm sure not finna panic on game 1. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna
I'm
do
not
that.
panicking at all. It's just funny to me because all this stuff that we said was coming to pass, bro.
Yeah, that's the scary part. It's not even scary. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Bro. Like,
it really
it's
is.
super sad. And the fact that the defense actually played well enough to win, that's the crazy part, man.
Yeah. It's
Like,
it is what it is.
Diggs showed me something. Diggs showed me he got heart yesterday.
Yeah, man. I had no problems with Diggs' game. None. I was with your old Diggs. So let me take a couple of more calls, big dog. But go ahead. What you gonna say? You was gonna say something else. Go ahead.
I can't hear what you said.
I said go ahead.
Bro, I can't hear you, bro. I'll call back.
All right, man. All right, listen. This is what I want to talk about before I take another call. So, Cowboys VP Stephen Jones. Hold on, I'm going to take this call. CeeDee Lamb has got to improve. I'm going to come back to that after this call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's going on, boss? How you doing, brother?
What's up, coach? Tag Hold on, because I know you want to answer that question on how to win without Dak. We gonna come right back to that. I want to first take with you, Stephen Jones saying CeeDee Lamb has got to improve. So it's some truth in it. Like, he did have some immature drops, but go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he has some. He got to have some. He had one drop. I think he had one drop.
Yeah, I think it was one. Yeah, the one that he
And
kind
only
of
got-
acted like kind of like a kid on it. Like, he was just like. But go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, and he had a good catch, but he had a PI. But
yeah,
boss, I had to sit down last night and think about this thing, and had to. You this list. I had to go back to my little list I had scrambled down for measurables for the Cowboys to win, and these are the same measurables we win without Dak Prescott. And I just wanted to just talk about a couple of them, and you're gonna see. And I know people gonna say you did it right now. And I remember talking to you on the phone, and I never sent it to you, but these same things. And when I look back at it, we didn't need them. You know, first I just talk about the offense. A physical presence to our offense. Okay, we started out with a physical presence, but we let that go and we started playing finesse, and that's when our offensive line, some of the guys started getting attacked because we stopped being attacking. 28 to 32 runs by running backs.
Nope. Fell short.
I mean, we get 16 carries by a running back.
Yep. While it was working.
Pass attempts between 30 to 35 pass attempts.
We had 40.
We went at 42.
Yep.
Did 42. So we didn't meet that measurable.
Nope.
4 offensive penalties, but no pre-snap penalties.
We had
5 pre-snap penalties.
Yep.
All right. I did all this a week and a half ago before the game even started.
I remember. Yep.
Time possession, which is going to be key for us going forward for us to win without that. I had us between 32 to 34 minutes time possession. Tampa Bay, this is alarming stat when I looked at the stats. We ran 7 more plays than Tampa Bay did last night, but we had the ball 6 less minutes.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy. That means we were rushing, we were running fast offense, we were passing the ball, going 3 and out, while they were taking their time, run the play clock down, running precise plays, not in a rush, not in a hurry, making sure that they was sound with every play that they ran.
Right.
Then I said 80% in red zone. Well, we didn't get in the red zone, so we didn't. That was it. One that we did, I said between 11 to 14 targets for CeeDee Lamb. Okay, we did meet that measure. We targeted him 11 times.
Yeah. And
then I said, okay, we got to have 4 deep throws in the game, completed or not completed. We need to throw the ball down the field 4 times at least in this game, if we complete them or not. But we need to threaten them 4 times.
We did what? 1,
and that was when Cooper Rush Rush came in the game, and that was in mop-up time.
Yeah.
And the last one of the 9, right? No, Tony Pollard, between 15 to 20 touches. That's running and pass catching. He had 8 touches.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I said we need to have between 115 to 125 yards rushing. And we got 71. I tell you people, if we do these things on offense, right? If we do these things on offense, right? We can be in games and win games without Dak Prescott, and that has nothing to do about the play of a player. It's about meeting those measures, because what I have seen about this team, when we meet those measurables, we win 80% of our games, regardless of who's that quarterback.
We got the
and I did this, boss. We talked about this. You told me this has been over a week ago. I did not change not one thing that I had written down on a stretched piece of paper of measures about the offense. Now the defense, the measurables I gave with the defense, we did not meet those. I told you we should give up over 85 yards rushing. We gave up over 85 yards rushing.
Yeah.
I said we had to get at least 2 turnovers. We got 1.
Right.
I told you we needed at least 3 sacks. We got 2.
Yeah.
I said our tackling had to be sound. It was suspect.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it sounds like, and we go through your list again. All right. So we go actually use your list as a benchmark of team metric goals to determine hitting those win-loss ratios. But it sounded like on both sides it was like 80%, 90% miss. But hey, we got the 90%
miss.
We got the OC in the building. Let me rock with the homie, and then I'll take some calls in a second, Coach.
Okay. All right. What's up, OC?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
All right, that was Coach Marv. So OC, man, yeah, so what's your thoughts, bro? You just kind of jumping in the show, man. We was just kind of laying out the post game, and I laid out basically this is all I said this show. What happened was what we predicted was likely go happen, based on them clearly showing that they was going right back to that offensive system. So that was one of my big takeaways. I was just getting ready to get into this, and I think this would be good for me and you to talk about. What Cowboys VP Stephen Jones said, CeeDee Lamb has got to improve.
Man, here's the thing, man. You can't force a square peg into a round circle.
Okay.
And so, that's why you guys need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports. All right. If you have not already, like, share, and subscribe, because we gave you this way in advance. And we told you months and months and months and months and months beforehand that this was going to be an issue. And I even had questions about CeeDee Lamb myself. And I got pushed around a little bit on the show we'll do tomorrow night, because I didn't know. And I'm not saying this is an end-all, be-all game, right? This is one game, okay? Yeah. This is one game. But what's clear is that CeeDee Lamb, and this is what you were very, very, very right about last year, Boss Cowboy, CeeDee Lamb tremendously benefited from Amari Cooper being in the building. He tremendously benefited because he didn't have all of that pressure squarely on his shoulders. But we predicted this, Boss Cowboy, that they would need to get another viable receiver in order to take some of the pressure off of CeeDee Lamb, and that we would also need to run the football effectively to take some of the pressure and create some mismatches because of play action pass, which we did, but we abandoned as we got into the game. So, at the end of the day, man, it was a winnable game. It was a winnable game. We didn't win it. Ezekiel Elliott was really good. He looked really, really good. And so at the end of the day, Boss Cowboy, we got to have better decision making. If there's are there any good wide receivers out there, Boss Cowboy, that could help this team? I know you already knew it. I was rhetorical. I know. Okay. So that could help this. That we could sign. I want you to talk about that in a second, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't think, and a lot of people go disagree with me on this, man. I don't think the offensive line, besides safe penalties, was just horrific.
They wasn't.
I just believe that we didn't get open, and that we had some misplaced play calls, okay? And then number 3, that we abandoned the run, and Ezekiel Elliott in particular, way more than we should have in this football game.
Yeah.
Those were the issues, in my opinion, offensively speaking. So that's the start off, boss.
Well, I mean, I just say this, to talk about receivers, right? I'm just being honest. I do feel like we need receiver help. Now, can we win without those extra receivers? Yeah. But
we have to win in a certain way.
Right. And if you want to win with Kellen Moore, I'd rather him have more than less. You know what I mean? So I think, Will Fuller will be somebody that I'll be interested in, and I will be interested in Mims. Because even though, and I talked to Real Truth about this, who was talking to D-Rob, who trained Noah Brown, right? Noah Brown has improved, right? But he is at best a number 3, number 4 receiver. So a number 2 low key gotta be just as dangerous going against your second corner, your nickel, as your number 1 going against the best corner. And we don't have that. I'm just being honest. We don't have a number 2 that strikes fear. We have a good number 2, but we don't have a scary number 2. You know what I'm saying? We have more of a reliable number 2. So I would like Mims. I would like Fuller. And I would probably like Fuller more than Mims, because knowing how, not even just the play, but more so it fits Steven cheapness, to where you go get him dirt cheap right now. You would have to work him into your offense like you doing Peters, but you don't have to give up no draft pick, and Steven don't want to do that. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I really like the Fuller idea, because Fuller is a speedster, right? And so Fuller, right, is a guy that can take the top off that defense, bro. He's a guy that you got to respect his speed. And if you don't respect his speed, he can beat you deep. So that's what that to me helps the Cowboys loosen up those coverages and be able to work more efficiently a person like CeeDee Lamb underneath. Because I think the CeeDee Lamb is a good receiver, but I think CeeDee Lamb is a possession type receiver, man. He's a catch and run guy, but he needs to be put into favorable matchups. And you need to have, to your point, a good receiver next to him that can help basically loosen up some of them coverages, let him work underneath, let him work up the seam some and out to the corner a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, that would be really, really, really beneficial. But here's something else, Boss Cowboy, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000,000%. All right, so buckle your seatbelt. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Kellen Moore, man, he got about 3 to 4 more games.
Ooh.
He got about 3 to 4 more games.
Hold on, wait. Wait, you out your freaking mind, dog. What?
No, listen. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Whoa, OC, go. God damn, I wasn't expecting that.
Hear me out. Hear me out, bro. Listen, if this offense is anemic in the next 3 to 4 weeks and we're not putting up 20-plus points, there are going to be some changes to this internally, right? Now, I don't know that they will go to the extent of firing him, but I'm telling you, if the crowd goes wild, they're going to sacrifice the coach. I guarantee you they'll sacrifice the coach. They'll sacrifice Kellen Moore's butt. I'm telling you, he needs to be careful. He needs to be sure that he puts together a fantastic game. I'm telling you. Listen.
OC, you are out your ever-loving mind, bro.
No, I'm not.
You are out
to
see, because I see what you falling for, dog.
I'm not falling.
No, I'm gonna tell you what you falling for. You are falling for using good logic. You can't do that with this team, dog.
Okay.
You can't do that, dog. I see what you doing. I see you falling for your trap, dog. You set a trap for yourself.
Listen. Listen, I'm going to stand my ground on this one because I'm saying, listen, you have Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is going to have to start to take over some of the play calling responsibilities if this offense does not get going in the next 3 to 4 games. Regardless if Dak Prescott is hurt or not, the Cowboys sitting at 0-3, 0-4, Jerry Jones is going to be highly upset. He's going to be extremely embarrassed, and he's going to be the laughing stock of the nation. And I'm telling you, he got too much pride. I don't care what Steven say. Too much pride, too much gusto to sit back and not to make some change to say we're trying to remedy this situation if this offense does not pick up. Because I'm telling you, man, and I'm going to go on the line and I'm going to say this. After seeing some of that tape, and I have seen some, Boss Cowboy, listen, Tyler Smith has the makings of a Pro Bowl tackle if you leave him there and let him develop.
Oh,
he'll be a pro. He has the makings. He has the makings. He has the makings of a Pro Bowl caliber tackle. All right, and if you drop him inside, bro, he go ham on these boys because that's gonna be easier work. He ain't even got to shuffle his feet that much in space. You drop him inside a guard, he go ham. I'm telling you, he has the I see it. He has the makings, and if we go through these 22s together, I'll point it out and I'll tell the nation exactly why.
We'll do it by Thursday. That's a promise. All right, so check this out, bro. And see, you still falling for the trap, dog. I see, because I just got to be real, bro. You falling for the trap. Let me hit my button. I'm going to measure this Kool-Aid for you. I got you.
It's a big thing for Boss.
I got you, dog. I'm going to measure this Kool-Aid for you. I promise you. I think you going to feel me. I think you going to feel me when I'm finished. I agree with you to a degree that if it's 3 to 4 games of anemic play calling, somebody head go roll, but it's not who you think. It's gonna be Mike McCarthy head that roll.
Oh no!
You feel me? It's gonna be Mike McCarthy.
I don't know.
Head. If we start out, if it's the scenario of what you just said. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna say this super chat, Coach Mo. I'm gonna come back to it. All right, let me put that in the queue real quick. Hold on, all right, I just added his super. All right, so everything you said, he gonna be embarrassed. He got too much pride. All of that. I hear you, but they not gonna let the guy that they made Mike McCarthy keep go. They not gonna do that. And they not gonna do it because they know they control him. They got him on a leash. Mike McCarthy is not on a leash. Like, there's a lot of things to where you can see they differ. Like, Mike McCarthy was high on Collins. What did they do? Overrode him. Mike McCarthy wanted Cooper to get more targets. What did they do? Not target him. They also, Mike McCarthy talked about that he wanted to see more matchup football. He said that in the offseason. He specifically said we can see CeeDee Lamb being used like Jerry Rice was with the West Coast offense. What did Kellen Moore, Stephen Jones, and Will McClay say? We run in the system. So the person that's clearly being just treated like poo-poo is the head coach. So I do agree. A head go roll. I just know they gonna keep killing, dog. In my opinion,
listen. Your logic is great. I can't even argue with that. I just hope you're not right. I can't even argue with your logic. So there's two things here, right? There's two things. There's normal rationale,
right,
and there's Cowboys logic,
right.
There's Cowboys logic,
right.
This is Cowboys logic,
right.
It's not normal rationale, but it's Cowboys logic.
Exactly.
Because normally, if you have a successful head coach, and Mike McCarthy has been, by all accounts, a successful head coach, you normally get rid of the assistant. You don't skip the assistant that's responsible for that part of the team and then fire the head coach.
Right.
Especially if the defense, because the defense is going to be competitive to a point, and I think they're going to break.
Right.
Just like they did late in this game. They're going to be competitive to a point, but then they're going to break because it's too much talent. The teams are too good. You only can keep your offense in the game for so long, and then they're going to break, give up a big play, and then we just didn't score enough, and then we lose the game. Like, that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you.
So
what should happen?
what should happen is what you said, but what would happen is and then let's take it a step further. Then they would have installed Dan Quinn as the new head coach, interim.
Yeah, so that Kellen Moore can continue to do what he does. It doesn't make sense though, Boss Cowboy, because if nothing changes in terms of his play calling and the structure of what he executes with the personnel, it's not going to matter. And look, I mean, I'm going to give the man a couple weeks because I'm fair and balanced, right? But this first game didn't look good in terms of some of the decision making. And I'm saying the decision making is critical. The reason why the decision making is so critical is because you're limited personnel wise. You see what I'm saying? So that's what really highlights, was that a good call? Were we in rhythm to do that? Should we have kept running Zeke downhill and force the defense to actually stop us? Force the defense to put 8 in the box. Force them to put 9 in the box. Now you can work CeeDee Lamb one-on-one. Now you can get CeeDee Lamb in favorable matchups, work play action, do what you got to do. Force them to do it. Don't stop doing it until they actually show they can stop it, and you force them to get into a front where they sacrifice something. That's how you beat defenses. You make them get into a front to try to take away something you're doing well, and that opens up other favorable matchups. It's just really common sense. But most, common sense not that common. That's what my grandmother told me. But at the end of the day, that's what it is, Boss Cowboy. And furthermore, speaking of the offensive line, because you kind of touched on that, you sprinkled it. Let me get into that just a little bit.
All
right. Because here's the thing. Now you're forced to activate a guy that you had in street clothes. His name is Avante Collins. Because Connor McGovern is out 2 to 4 weeks with that high ankle sprain. So now you got to activate Avante Collins. You got to. Now you need to let the best man compete and win. Now, are they going to do that? No, they're going to run Farniak out there. And I'm not saying Farniak is bad, because I think to save a couple plays, he looked okay. Right? I don't think that he looked just horrible based on what I saw. But I'm telling you, if it struggles over there, don't be surprised. And they should put in Avante Collins and let him get a chance to play that left guard position. I'm telling you. And it's just like we said, Boss Cowboy. See, we talked about this last week on the Final Word. That's why you guys also need to tune into the Final Word tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. Yeah. But I'm telling you this.
It's going to be good.
I said it. Hey. Y'all know y'all said it's unlikely, but now the unlikelihood has happened, Boss Cowboy. Connor McGovern is hurt. He's hurt. And you put in Matt Farniak, give him a chance. Guess what? Now you got to activate Collins. And now see what we go get. Because Farniak has to play very well. If not, you have to insert Avante Collins to the left guard position. You have to give him a shot. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, because you keep falling for the trap, bro. You keep falling for the trap. And it's the same trap.
I ain't falling for the trap.
No, it's the same trap. You right again, but it's too logical. It's too logical. See,
it's just too logical. All right.
Yeah. See, you thinking pure competition. You thinking who should have earned the right to compete at the left guard, compete at a swing tackle position. You right. But when you add in the politics of the Dallas Cowboys, they finna go full head first into the drafted guys. That's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that you right. So, but hold on, we got some super chats. We got 3 of them. So let me catch up to them real quick. Let me catch up these super chats, and then all right, here we go. Y'all give me a second. All right, so we got first with this super chat from Coach Marv. All right, so he sent us 3. So with 3, we go shut up and take these super chats real quick. So he said with a $5 super chat, he said, get Fuller with Cooper Rush now. We're telling Kellen we believe in his pass happy system, and we go 6-10. Facts. I disagree, Coach, because even if you get Will Fuller now, he ain't gonna play for about 2 weeks. So and then to also be honest, they wouldn't get Will Fuller right now anyway. They not gonna panic after one game. They gave the first receiver by committee 8 games to be trash. So they gonna give this one about a good 8 games. They not gonna panic. If they didn't panic on that trash, super trash first receiver by committee, they ain't gonna panic on this one either. They go sit back and let Steven try it. And then he gave another super chat. He said, "Boss, if McCarthy goes, will Quinn be compromised by Kellen Moore?" He said, "No."
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's gonna he's gonna understand that this is our guy. That Kellen is our guy. And you're the interim head coach. Here's a shot again to be a head coach in the league. Let's see what you can do so you can rally our troops, man. They're going to give him the rah-rah speech to rally the troops and make putting out a poo-poo, and that's what they're going to do. And Dan is going to put his head down and go in there and be the great people's coach that he is, players coach that he is, and try to rally the troops and work with what he got. But Kellen is our guy. If you fire Mike McCarthy, he's gonna be compromised. He's gonna have to work with Kellen Moore, regardless if he feels like that's the best thing to do or not. So there's no escaping that. If they let go of McCarthy.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that, OC. Because I could see Dan Quinn pushing back. I can definitely see
pushing back for.
I just tell you how. Just from this standpoint. So Dan Quinn told the world, "I'm not coming around that corner." When he was talking about Mike McCarthy, he basically told the whole world, "I don't want to be the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys." He basically told Jerry and them. And that's when they went and signed Barr that same day. So I think he does have a little bit of moxie to push Kellen Moore around a little bit. Not like Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is fully neutered. So you think Dan Quinn with company man, dog?
Dan Quinn is going to do what he got to do to get the job done, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because if they put him in the position in season, what can he do anyway? He can't bring in his own OC and change the offense all of a sudden. They're not going to go for that. He's still underneath the leadership of what the executive front office decides and they want to do. So he's going to have to deal with Kellen Moore. He's not going to just fire Kellen Moore. That's not happening. That's not even realistic.
Yeah. K. Hayes say Dan knows the politics already. I agree. I think he sees the politics very clearly. So, yeah, man. But anyway, before we finish, make sure y'all, because we got a lot of people sitting in here watching, and this happens all the time, where people forget to hit that like. A lot of people forget to subscribe. That's crazy. Y'all be getting all this content, and y'all just straight up forget to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. We also doing much better at sharing the content. I'm seeing y'all share a lot on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm seeing your shares. That is growing us, and we greatly appreciate it. We hitting subs we've never hit. All of that's happened, but we greatly appreciate all that. So go ahead and hit that like before we get up out of here. So OC, what's some of the final words that you will see on this post-game recap? I like how you talked about Tyler Smith, because he was actually a very, very good surprise. But what would be some of your...
Yeah, he's a bright spot.
Super bright spot. Like, that's something we can all walk away from, like, man, you know what I'm saying? That he performed well at that tackle, even though they put him in a very hard place. But what's your thoughts, Big Dog, on the post-game recap and, whatever else you got?
Yeah, man. So just real quick, man, I'll just run down it, man. Since we're talking about the offensive line, I think the offensive line, man, did some good things. Were we perfect on catching games and stunts? No. I think a person who needs to play better is Tyler Battiaz. I think he needs to play better. Okay. I think that mentally that still needs to clean up some of the mental stuff, but physically he looked really good. I mean, still tremendously powerful, quick out of the stands, almost too quick out of the stands, and that's like crazy to say, but he's like almost too quick out of the stands, like to the point where he looks offside sometimes because he's that fast off the ball. So I think that at the end of the day, man, offensive line is workable. A super highlight that we can't emphasize enough is that Zeke looks vintage. This is vintage Zeke. This is run downhill, take contact, get 3 or 4 more, making quick cuts with his feet. He's straight business Zeke. That's straight business Zeke. I'm looking at. So Zeke look good, man. I ain't seen Zeke run the ball, tote the ball like that and look that good in a while, man. So he looked good. So that's a really, really good sign that his mind is right and he's ready to tote it 300 times this season if he got to. So you need to lean on that, man. You need to lean on that. I think that defensively, man, we look good, but we got to have certain packages in there, Boss Cowboy. And I think that hopefully Dan Quinn is pretty smart, and I think that either he works to improve this quickly or he stays with certain packages, right? We did very poor in the packages with Dorrance Armstrong and with Golson. They got pushed around and misread plays, things of that nature. He has to address Van Der Esch, man, because if people see that, if I'm a coach and I see that, I am pulling and running long, wide, zone sweeps, zone traps, and I'm bringing a lead blocker to run and try to pancake Van Der Esch every single week, man, because he didn't get off blocks. He was backpedaling and all that kind of stuff. So he got to shed and make tackles and be more physical at the point. So if they address that and they stay in that 4-3 under package where you have in another bright spot, Quentin Bohannon, he's standing guys up. He's penetrating. He's playing like a man. He looked like a grown man. 340, he looked like a man. So he played well on the inside. If you can build upon that, you got something to work with, man. You got some Malik Hooker did great to me. He looked pretty good out there, Boss Cowboy. Glad he didn't get hurt. So if you do that, man, hey, you got something to work with. But I'm going to throw one more little loophole in this, boss, and I'm done talking. One other loophole that you already have in the building that you just don't politic, just use common sense, just put him in a slot, put CD out wide. You know who you need to put a slot. You already know I'm going with this. Turbin. He's fast. He got hands. Put him in a slot. Let him work. Let him keep the defense honest. That's it. That's all I got, boss.
And then Fowler need to play more over Armstrong. That's clear.
100%.
If you're talking about favorites, it's like, bro, what the hell was they doing, dog? Like,
I saw Dorrance Armstrong get shoved sideways 5 yards, man. You know what I'm saying? The hamburger, that's Fournette, jogging through the hole, man, for a 12-yard gain, man. I seen Dorrance get shoved sideways. How you get shoved sideways 5 yards, bro? They down blocked him, man, shoving him sideways to the other side of the line, bro. Like, what are you doing out there, son? Get physical, man. Get dirty. And you might as well give Sam Williams some run. Did you give him some run? I mean, man, I don't know.
Yeah. So check this out. I want to run this by you. Taft Quincy Heatley said, put Peters at guard and let Smith rock at left tackle.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it ain't gonna happen, bro. He's a veteran lineman, man, a Hall of Famer, by some estimations, worst case, borderline Hall of Famer. You brought him here to play tackle. He's going to go tackle, and what you're going to do is put the young guy at guard. That's what you're doing. You're not making Jason Peters change his position. Like, it's an okay idea, but in this scenario, that's not going to happen.
Say, man, it's starting to grow on me, bro. Because at first, I used to be against it. Just from historical, he played left tackle his whole life, right?
Right.
And then you got Tyler, who was balling at guard in preseason, right?
Right.
But I had this debate literally with Isaiah and Novacek, All right. We really went back and forth on this, and both of them made a good case on it. Like, so Novacek talked about Gogan, right? Who was a tackle who then went in to play guard, who they didn't expect to be a baller at guard, but it really stabilized and caused their line to be a fool in the 90s. So I was like, wait a minute, like, because I know that might be one of those, both are good ideas. You know what I mean? Because you dealing with two good players. And
Yeah,
you
man,
said
I think
yourself,
that-
OC, you said yourself, you could see the potential of Tyler Smith being a Pro Bowl tackle if you let him develop at tackle.
Yes. Agreed. Long term, let the man develop, leave him at tackle. In the short term, if you're looking to be like, hey, we stopped the bleeding, right? And then you're going to throw him back on the inside. So I think the Cowboys, remember, you fall into the trap now. You fall into the trap now.
Did it logic.
Right? Logic. So there's logic and there's Cowboys logic. So let me go Cowboys logic, okay? So I can be correct, right? Let me go Cowboys logic.
Because remember, there's an injury at left guard.
There's an injury at left guard. You want to bump the big guy that played really great all preseason, very dominant, Tyler Smith, bump him at guard, leave the perennial Pro Bowl, borderline Hall of Fame, offensive tackle Jason Peters, put him at left tackle because he showed that he got tread left in the tire. He played 15 games for the Bears last year, and that's what it is. Now, can Jason Peters be powerful enough and handle that contact? He's a strong booger bear dude, yeah. And I think it would actually extend his career for a couple years because he ain't got to move laterally as much. He can just use his quick first step, get off the ball, and lock you up. So I like the ideal. So let me say that I do like the ideal, okay, for the long term. But in the short term, what do I think the Cowboys are going to do? I think as soon as he's ready, they're inserting a man, and they're going to bump Tyler on the inside and say, we'll circle back to letting you play some left tackle based upon what happens with Tyron Smith at the end of this season, which is also a caveat. Can he come back in December? Based upon what happens with him, we'll revisit this ideal in the offseason. That's what I think they're probably going to do.
I want to say a couple of more things, too. I'm going to look in the camera and say this. For everybody that trolled me on the idea of Cox playing big nickel with safety skill sets, you owe me an apology. Every one of y'all. Yeah, I want to say that. Because guess what? Now I'll be talking to these players. A whole lot of them feel me on that. Now, especially with Curse being out. Now, when you talking to players, Dallas Cowboy players that's like, yeah, Cox could be a natural at the big nickel. I see. I want y'all to remember that was something we were saying on this channel. And Okoye, I'm gonna give Okoye credit too. Okoye did a whole video on it. Y'all remember, if it ended up being Cox and he ball out at that big nickel, I want y'all to come apologize. All you people that was trolling, that's all I want you to say. You know what I'm saying? Because Cox is gonna ball out. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If he played a big nickel, whoo. All right.
Yeah,
So,
I think he is. I think he is, boss. I think he is. I agree with you 2,000%.
yeah, he gonna ball out. It's
It's like a fish in water. It's like a fish in water. It's like
It's
that's
a
his
fish-
natural. That's his natural position, bro.
And I want to tell. And see, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest, OC? A lot of times when
Be
you
honest,
come
bro.
out and you say stuff that's against the crowd, right? My boy say Cox equals Derwin James. Exactly. And there was a whole lot of people, no, boss, he's a linebacker, boss. Don't touch him, boss. Don't even think about it, boss. It's a bad idea, boss. Then you go up to these players and you just let your stuff hang. And you just say, hey, big dog, you know what I'm saying? Ha, ha, ha. And you talk about the game. And them boys be like, yes. When the players themselves like, I feel you. Yes, and I agree. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
y'all stay on the look for that. Y'all stay on the look for that. And when he ball out at that big nickel, I'm talking about shut down tight ends. I'm talking about shut down. I'm talking about interceptions, big hits, all of that at big nickel. Y'all remember who was saying it. Y'all, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. I had one more thing on that Peters thing. No, I didn't. I didn't have anything else, bro. So, I tell you what. So did you have anything else on this post game recap?
No, bro, I think I'm good, man. I put my ideals out there, man. We got some more content coming this week, man. We go get into the next game and a lot more, man. So y'all stay tuned.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So obviously we want to recap the game. Even though it did appear negative, it's a positive thing that we got hit in the mouth. It's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. Go ahead.
Yes, it's better early than late, man. So you got the opportunity to right your wrongs. You got the opportunity to make the adjustments, and the test of it is how quickly can the Cowboys make the appropriate decisions and make the adjustments, and that's what we go see in the next couple weeks, man.
That's what we're getting ready to see. But man, listen, y'all. Y'all definitely continue to support Boss Cowboy Sports. We appreciate everybody that continues to donate to Boss Cowboy Sports. You can donate to the Cash App at Boss Cowboy Sports. Oh, I know what it was. I ain't going nowhere. We had a couple of super chats. Let me get to them super chats real quick. All right, so Landlord sent a super chat, and he said, let me see. He said, if DA starting over Fowler, does Dan Quinn have to? Yep. See, Landlord. You see what Landlord just said? Exactly. He said, if DA Dorrance Armstrong is starting over Fowler, does Dan Quinn have to pull we think, and Fowler is a DQ guy? Yes, dog. Exactly. And he say bastards and sons. Exactly, dog. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Great comment, man.
Great comment, Landlord.
And that's why I said if he is the interim head coach and this thing goes sideways, he living with Kellen.
I feel you too. I feel you now too.
He living with Kellen, bro.
Yeah.
He living with Kellen. Ain't no getting around that. That comes with the deal.
That comes with the deal, dog.
That's like, and no offense to anybody that's done this, and I'm not saying, this is right or wrong, right? I'm not saying that this is wrong and, it's not on him. Hey, that's like you marry a woman, she had a previous relationship, she got a couple kids, well, the kids come with the woman. That's what this is, That's the situation. You living with them, baby. That's what it is. Ain't no getting around that.
Right.
You take that position unless you say no. And that'll be some really big kahunas.
And that will make Kellen Moore the head coach.
100%. And then he gonna be underneath him. And then now here's the thing: Kellen would be able to tell Dan what to do, and Dan would have to listen.
That's so sad, bro.
He would have to listen. So anyway,
the facts of that is extremely sad.
He would have to listen, bro. He would have to listen. The little brother got to listen to the big brother.
Yeah.
The big brother. The big brother's got to listen to the little brother.
Yeah, yeah, man. So good comment on that, Landlord, and that's just real. That is just real observation, and it's a lot more evidence that they see. Because shout out to Coach Marv. Coach Marv really believed that a head coach is gonna change them Joneses. No, you not. There is no head coach that can tame them Joneses. Okay? Okay? The Joneses only can tame themselves. They can't be tamed by another human being that's under them. If they giving you a check, they gonna look at it like we got say in this organization. And they gonna take the say. Yeah. And see, because a lot of people, I'm supposed to actually talk to B Bird about this today. He ain't called in yet. But B Bird think that Sean Payton is the key. I'm like, dog, no, he not. Like, there's no key. None. Like, Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy almost the same.
Yeah. You think Sean? You think that Sean Payton gonna come in here and impose his will
No.
and really tighten man? He gonna be yes sir. They just gonna pay him more.
Yeah.
They just gonna pay him more. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna pay him more to shut up and do what they say.
Right.
That's it. This called a payoff, baby. They gonna pay him off. They gonna pay him some more cash, and he gonna look at that big old probably $50 million contract he get or whatever,
he gonna shut up.
and be like, well, shoot. Yeah, it's guaranteed over 3 or 4 years, and I'm making 15 a year. I mean, and his wife go tell him to shut up too. Well, hey, and Mr. Jones said that. You got to respect Mr. Jones. Okay, yes, ma'am. Go in there and do your job, do your best, and that's it. That's all that's gonna happen. The paycheck is just gonna be bigger. That's it. That's it. So there's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
I'm telling you.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
All right, man. All right, this is the last super chat. He say, I don't know if y'all covered this. Sorry I'm late. But my biggest concern is Kellen's willingness to have patience with... Hold on real quick. Let me go back to it. He said patience with committing to the run game. I agree.
His issue is that patience. Yeah, the issue is he's not committed to the run game.
Nope.
That's the problem.
Yep.
The problem is not patience. The problem is that he's not committed to the run game. That's the issue.
Right.
So he has to become more committed to the run game, not have patience with it.
Ooh, look at this comment right here. He said, ain't no Messiah coming to save Dallas. Ooh, God, dog. Hey, it's not, dog. It's not. Just we need to live with it. It's no Messiah. It's not. Listen, bro. It can be Jimmy Johnson can come back, and he still. I mean, we fired a guy after going back-to-back Super Bowls. Give it up on thinking it's gonna be somebody that can tame them Joneses. Don't even think that's the case. The fact that they trying to peon Mike McCarthy, who beat the snot out of Dallas, like Green Bay record with Mike McCarthy was amazing, and they literally now like, yeah, you beat us, but we still smarter than you.
Yeah, man. The arrogance.
The arrogance.
The arrogance, man. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. So don't like I say. The only thing that corrects stuff like that. And no offense, I mean, it's their team. They run whatever. They do whatever they want. They pay the bills. Hey, they in charge, and they have the right to make the decisions that they want to make, right? Because it's their team, their organization. But what makes you change when you're at that with such a high level is you got to suffer loss, you got to suffer humiliation, and you just got to flat out get beat. And I don't want to see that happen. But that's what it takes to make you change. If you're at that level, you got to just straight lose with your strategy, and you got to lose, not barely lose either. You got to lose convincingly. Like it's so obvious that what I thought was wrong that I can't even convince myself that I'm right. Because if there's any glimmer of hope that you can convince yourself that you're right, you just go roll with your strategy just because of the position you in and all the temptations of power, no offense, but that's just really the honest truth.
Oh man, it's getting deep in here now, man. Pastor Q came in here and he said, boss, things will change when Jerry puts Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. Galatians 6:7. Signed Pastor Q. And he gave another comment. He said, you cannot change the universal law. You reap what you sow. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's all true, man. That's all true.
And I do think it get better when they put him in the Ring of Honor. Yes. Anybody should be able to see that there's a divine win against the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody's luck can be this bad. Period.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the last super chat. I said that, but this is true to the last one. Somebody just threw in an extra 5. They said Blandon Joseph should play CB2, not Brown. Too early. Too early. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, too early. And you helped balance me out even looking at Diggs, and I'm gonna have some balance even talking about Anthony Brown. Is that Anthony Brown? Yeah, he got beat a little bit, but man, that was some great coverage, man. It was just a greatly placed ball when that ball down the field to Jones, man. His hand was right there. He was a couple inches off, bro. I mean, it was a great catch, man. So he didn't look horrible, man. I mean, he got beat on some plays, but he's competing for the ball, man. It happens, man. So
yeah, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. But man, y'all stay up, man. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, man.
Salute,
man. Hey, we gonna be back though, man. We got a lot of content coming this week and a lot more coming, period. Y'all stay with Boss Cowboy Sports.
Cowboy Sports. Where your voice matters.
I see D.A. Lee. Ooh, that boy D.A. Lee coming in. God dog. Ooh, we D.A. Lee. That boy say, let them primetime ratings drop. Let that merch sales drop. Let them fall off the Forbes top 10 and they'll change. God.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
God dog, D.A. Lee. Talk that talk, bro.